Hello everybody, Dylan here. Today we are going to be reading a Crappypasta. Today's Crappypasta is called Sonic Dash.EXE, and judging by that title alone, you can tell we're going to have a fun time with this story. So let's get into this today on DHT. So, you've all heard of the game Sonic Dash. It's a game on the App Store where you play as the fast-running blue hedgehog himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is by now an icon of culture. Well, yeah, obviously. Everybody knows who Sonic is. I doubt some people in like third world countries do, but whatever. And rightly so. The charming blue hedgehog is well-loved and respected hero and idol to many, including myself. Well, I don't think you respect him because you wrote this story, so I'm starting to doubt how much respect you actually have for him. Sonic Dash brings the elements universally loved of the Sonic games, new and old, and brings it into a modern app culture. Please tell me what app culture is. I have no fucking clue what it is. Microtransactions? Is that what you mean? You're being too vague there. In Sonic Dash, you play as Sonic, obviously, and run. Though not quite as iconic as the classic games, it's certainly a welcome addition to the Sonic universe, or so I thought. I think you need to learn how to adapt to modern English, cause you're not very good at it. This story is hurting my eyes just to read it. I was on my dad Trevor's iPad. Way to name drop your dad like that. Better be glad no psychopaths are reading this or else they'd hunt him down. Snooping around in his apps, and because this is a Sonic Crappypasta, I want to play the Snooping as Usual clip. You know what? Hell, I'll do it.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Snooping around his apps when I saw what looked like Sonic Dash, although with further inspection it clearly said Sonic Dash.exe, because I'm sure that the game on the App Store runs on an exe, but I don't even think people know what exe files are anymore. I think they're just doing it because of the cliche, and that's just sad. I clicked on the icon and was shocked to see Sonic's face. It was Sonic alright, but his eyes I shall never forget because I'm ripping off Sonic.exe directly. The indescribable horror of those beady white balls of eye. Wait, what? Balls of eye? English not very good, I speak. Stared into my soul. I moved my head and almost choked. I think that's a little bit of an overreaction. You saw some eyes that you don't really go into detail very much, and that made you choke? How? How are you choking? Sonic's eyes followed me. Finally, the title screen loaded, and I saw the text Sonic Dash.exe. It was very dark red, and a strange texture to it. I ignored it and began to play. I noticed the music was in G major. How the fuck would you know that? Out of all the shit in this, how did you know that was G major? You some type of music wizard that you just happen to know this? No, fuck you. I don't believe that. But assumed it was an error. Perhaps my dad downloaded an illegal copy of Sonic Dash with unlocked features. Yeah, that's what this is. It's called Sonic Dash Hentai Edition. You're gonna get some good features in that game. My dad was rather cunning, especially in his field, so it was not hard to believe Sonic's run seemed slower than usual. My structuring of sentences is also a little bit off. Sonic has a widely respected skill of running fast. Well, gotta go fast. Come on, everyone knows this. Who are you writing this story for? This limited speed angered me. Well, there's a boost feature in the game. You can also spin dash, so you're not going too slow. It has to give you a fixed speed, or else it wouldn't be an app game. Why was Sonic so slow? I expected more from him. That's what I said with Sonic Boom. Oh, yeah, it's a cheap shot. I don't care. I was about to rage quit when I shouted at the screen, "Speed up, Sonic!" That's the rational thing to do. Scream at your tablet. That'll really make it speed up. I then heard the sound of bones crushing as his neck twisted around to face me. He had no eyes. Oh, that's pretty fucking creepy. Too slow for ya, he chuckled in a raspy voice. You're not Sonic, I muttered back at the demon, acting like the computer program can understand me. I immediately closed the app. I wasn't going to continue playing after that horror. Yeah, it tried to get me to share to Facebook. It was fucking terrible. I went to delete it when I saw it wouldn't let me. Yeah, it wouldn't let you delete the app. I checked the iPad settings and saw that the game was never installed. Spooky. It came already on the iPad. Surely this must have been a promotional app. If it was already on the iPad, how did your dad not notice this demon? You're not even thinking this through. But why was it so twisted? I shut the iPad off and tossed it aside and went to bed. Wow, you really sound like someone I know. His name is Tom. I woke up at 3 a.m. I looked at the iPad and felt strangely drawn to it. As I got up, I grabbed it and heard a low chuckle. Just one more game. As I opened Sonic Dash.EXE, because I'm a retard, I saw Sonic's twisted face again. No, and whatever the fuck that symbol is. I don't want to call it Sonic's face. That thing is not Sonic. You're back. It smiled at me. Who are you, and what do you want with me? I yelled in fear at the demonic hedgehog in my tablet. I am sane, everyone. He just smiled a toothy grin. Toothy grin? Wait, what? It doesn't all grins involve teeth? I don't know what you're getting at there. And I saw his razor-sharp teeth glisten in the light. I want you, he screamed in anger. I got scared and threw the iPad across the room. Fuck my dad's money. How could this be a Sonic game? Sonic is a well-respected, wholesome game. He is a Christian, I tell you. Game. How could this be? I felt punched in the gut. Wait, what? Sentence structure. You need to learn how to do it. As the thought of my idol's sharp teeth ran through my head, that's what you're worried about, his teeth being sharp. I picked up the iPad one last time. I'm shocked it isn't broke. You know how good the screens are on iPads. The screen being the only light in the room. I clicked play, because when there's a demon in a tablet, best thing to do is play it in the dark. Sonic began running backwards. That's so goofy. That's not scary. I screamed as I swiped everywhere. I can just see this guy in his room. Everything's dark. He's just spurring out while Sonic's trolling him. I screamed as I swiped everywhere on the screen, praying for my safety. Sonic was a Christian. I knew it. He jumped over obstacles until he reached a halt. He had stopped running, and he finally spoke. You mean all those times when he was speaking before? Those don't count. Those aren't canon. You thought it'd be easy, kid, he snarled. Well, I don't like your tone, I said back. I have completed many Sonic games, and am an avid fan of Sonic and Friends franchise. What country are you from? This is not English, kid. I can barely understand what you are saying. I am not Sonic. I'm something much worse. I am the genuine article, it spoke. I remembered what it had said. That it wanted me. I immediately clicked exit game and went back to title screen. As I looked at the text once more, I noticed something. The weird texture. It was full of screaming faces. Yeah, screaming faces. The faces of the players trapped inside the game. Spooky. If you lose the game, you lose your life. How can you lose the game when Sonic was doing everything for you? I screamed in agony, throwing my iPad once more. Can you say Spurgrage? Can you even say it at this point? My dad heard and ran into the room. What are you doing? He should have done this minutes ago. You've been screaming and throwing shit around. You are psychotic. He yelled. Get some sleep. You have school tomorrow. Yeah, this is what he's worried about. He's not worried about the tablet being slammed into the wall. He has school tomorrow. Better get to your bedtime, son. I sighed and looked at him in the eyes. Dad, where did you get that iPad? I asked him. He smiled with a toothy grin. Hell. What? This story is everything I expect from a bad creepypasta. It's poorly structured, the plot goes nowhere, it has an insane twist, but you know what? I fucking loved reading this story. Unlike last week's story where Amy Rose just went on mutilating people, it actually was corny and pretty hilarious. This kid screaming at tablets, throwing them, and then at the end it turns out his dad is a demon too. It's all types of enjoyably bad. So I would recommend you check this one out if you can find it. I don't leave the links to the story because I don't like spreading hate, but if I get complaints from the author, if the authors ever do find this, I will leave the links. So, I hope you guys liked this creepypasta. If you did like it, hit the like button. If you really liked it, then hit the share button. If you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. If you know a bad Sonic creepypasta, put it down in the chat below, and I will check it out. So, thank you guys for watching, and bye.